I'm working with a new deck today, so please let me know what you think of it in the comments. Hello, hello, my lovely friends. Rainbow Pyramid here. Today we're doing a reading about the breakdown in communication between King Charles and Prince Harry. And the reason I'm doing this particular read is because there's now a new reason given regarding the breakdown in communication. And so it's quoting Tom Sykes of the Daily Beast, who reports that there has been a catastrophic breakdown in trust, and here's the important part, due to the ongoing fight over Harry's UK security arrangements. So this is crazy. King Charles has been blamed for not taking Harry's phone calls, not because Harry went on Oprah and said things that were proven to be false, not because of any other thing that Harry's done, but it's because of the fight over the security. And according to this report, it's not to do with the fact that Harry is fighting for security. It's to do with the fact that King Charles won't get involved. Now I'm going to open a new deck. I'm so excited. Look what arrived. Shadows and Light, the Oracle of Shadows and Light. This is by Lucy Cavendish, and Jasmine Beckett Griffith is the artist. And if it looks familiar, because look, it looks like the Shapeshifters, or it's very similar to Shapeshifters, and it's also in the similar style to the same people who made the wonderful Alice in Wonderland deck. So if you don't want to see the unveiling of the new deck, skip ahead. I will leave the time codes, the timestamp in the description. Okay. So this is my brand new deck. Oof, I don't want to break it. It's wrapped in plastic. Okay, managed to get the plastic off. Oracle of Shadows and Light. As usual, with these two, lovely guidebook. Just wish that the images were in colour, not in black and white, but anyway. And the cards themselves come with a plastic, a little plastic thing on them. Okay, and there they are. Ooh. Dress of Alchemy. Okay, I'm just going to separate them a bit, and then I will be back. Okay, they're a little sort of sticky together, but well, and when I get a new deck, that's just to clear the energy received that they might have received from the factory or in transit. And we'll just clear the energy on them with my bell. Rightio. Okay, so Harry. And it was another article a couple of days ago in People magazine, which some people say is Harry and Meghan's mouthpiece. And they're complaining, the People magazine, that the sovereign no longer takes his son's calls or answers his letters. He's unavailable right now. Well, every time the king talks to Harry, things get leaked. I mean, there were things said at the funeral, or directly after the funeral. I think it was I can't remember if it was the Queen's funeral or Prince Philip's funeral. And then Harry leaked that. When Harry dashed over to see the king, when his cancer diagnosis was revealed the next day, or yeah, I think it was the next day. Prince Harry was on Good Morning America, although he didn't really reveal what they spoke about, but you know, he still spoke about the meeting that they had. These cards are just that sticky. So I don't think the king's refusal to speak to Harry's got anything to do with the security issue. It's to do with Harry being unreliable. He's trying to reach out about the king's health, but those calls go unanswered too. Well, when you prove yourself to be unreliable, then of course the calls are going to go unanswered. Nothing was sacred, not even his brother's private parts in that terrible book Spare that he wrote. Now remember, Harry does get protection. All he has to do is give 28 days notice of his travel plans and provide a detailed itinerary. And that is exactly the same as what every other VIP who wants security in the UK has to give. Now, in Danielle Esler's article in news.com.au, I do take issue with something that she says. She said that other members of the royal family get this type of security that Harry's seeking. No, only the King, Queen Camilla, Prince William and Princess Catherine get the kind of 24-hour security everywhere in the world that they go that Prince Harry is seeking. Not even Princess Anne, the hardest working member of the royal family, gets this type of security that Harry is wanting, this IPP status. And if he got it, it means that every country in the world that he visited would have to pay for his security. And why? Why should the poor people of Nigeria pay for that level of security for him? And then just go on with this article. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through it. So they've got what they call a bespoke security package. So this catastrophic breakdown in communication between King Charles and Prince Harry, or basically King Charles ghosting Harry, comes down to Harry expecting King Charles basically to fix the issue of his security, basically to influence the independent committee who makes a decision about the security. So basically he wants his father to interfere in the independent government actions. And in one of the articles it said that, I think it was in People magazine, Harry is frightened and he feels that the only person who can do anything about it is his father. No, his father cannot interfere in the decision-making of an independent body. It's the independent body who decides. And anyway, what's the problem? Give you 28 days notice and you'll be properly protected when you come to England. He already gets security when he comes to England if he's coming on official business. So he just doesn't want to let them know when he's coming or how long he's coming for. So anyway, so that beautiful shapeshifter cards. First I'm going to ask, what do the public think about this issue of the security and Harry's ongoing fight? The Angel of Time, working too hard. It's okay. Ooh. I haven't actually seen any of these cards. I haven't gone through them, so you're seeing them live as I'm seeing them. So this, to me, is the people of England saying to Prince Harry, listen, it's about time, that's the Angel of Time, that you pay for your own damn security. We've been working too hard. See there? Working too hard. We can hardly even afford to feed our families. Oh, and look at that. Ding! 40. Harry's about to turn 40 in the next week or so. Yeah. So, yeah, the people of England are not amused. They are not amused by Harry's antics. They're not amused by his holding up the court system, putting his case through the court system. He's already spent $1.9 million on legal fees, trying to force England to pay for, well, it wouldn't be just England, trying to force England to give him the IPP status, which would then force all the countries in the world to treat him as a VIP and pay for his security full-time when he gets there. So Americans, you should be worried, because basically if he gets this security that he wants, this IPP status, when he's in California, in his chicken coop, you'll be paying for his security. Okay, what else do the public think about Harry's ongoing fight? Lady with a Bosch egg. Ancient wisdom. Oh, look at the egg. Kind of reminds me of a dragon egg that's hatching. Oh, these cards are very bleak, aren't they? Wow. Remember Harry said that he was the dragon slayer? Some reads I've got that he is like a baby dragon, or he likes to think of himself as a baby dragon. Well, here I'm getting, Harry, grow up. Sort it out. You had an option. You could stay and get all the perks of the royal family, including that security, or you could leave, in which case, and you knew at the time, you'd be paying for your own security. You knew I mean, who else leaves a job and then expects to still continue with the perks of the job after they leave? That's ridiculous. Okay, we're now going to read Harry's energy about this. Let's see. Ghosts of the past. Oh my word, these cards are so clever. The past returns for a time. Ghost of a past. So the reason why Harry is keen on the security is because of the ghost of Princess Diana. He always says that he's worried about something happening to Meghan like it happened to his mother, and we'll read in the cards in a minute, but this is Harry's energy. He's stuck in the past with his mother's death, and I'm getting that he really does have concerns based on his mother's death, and I really think that Meghan plays up on that. I mean, if you just looked at when they had that near catastrophic fake car chase, high-speed car chase in New York, Meghan had this duper's delight grin on her face, and Harry was looking extremely anxious. So I think that, yeah, it's the ghost of the past that's making him so anxious. And what else about Harry's energy, about seeking the out trick-or-treating? We're here. Yeah, I think it's a very dangerous game that Meghan's playing with him. This to me is, there's Meghan in the middle, this energy that this card is given. There's Harry with his red hair, and here's Princess Diana, the ghost of the past. I think Meghan is encouraging Harry. Oh, whenever I choke or cough, that means I've hit a particularly important point. Yep. Meghan is the one who's fueling Harry's paranoia. Of course, I'm only reading the energy in the cards. I'm not stating anything as truth or fact. And as Dr. Grande always says, I'm not diagnosing anybody. Okay, now we're going to ask these clever cards about Meghan and this security thing. And when we're finished with asking about the security and why they need the security, we'll grab another deck and we'll ask about this article about the breakdown in communication and why there's the sudden need to blame King Charles because he's not doing anything about the security. Okay, let's see. Meghan's energy around this issue about fighting for security. Oh, look at that. Pink Lotus Fairy. A time for spirit. Yep. So there she is. Channeling Princess Diana. Being the center of attention, being the beauty, being the star. See how dark all these other cards are, and here she is. And again, this is her influencing Harry. Oh, Harry, you don't want the same thing to happen to me that happened to your mother. So this is her energy of innocence and vulnerability, again playing on Harry's mind. Interesting. Of course, I don't know any of the cards that are in here, so I'm seeing them as you're seeing them. So that's how Harry sees her, this sweet, innocent, vulnerable young thing that needs to be protected at all costs. Another one for Meghan. Time for change. To learn something new, advanced technology. So Meghan, again, behind the scenes, really trying to change the monarchy. There's the time. Trying to change the monarchy, trying to modernize the monarchy, and trying to impose her will. She couldn't change the monarchy when she was in there before she decided to drag Harry away, and that's just my opinion, that she dragged Harry away so that she could control him more. So she couldn't change how the monarchy operated when she was inside it. So she's determined to create change now that she's outside of it. She can't let go of wanting to create change in the monarchy, wanting to be the one who decides what happens. Now, I'm just comparing these cards to these new ones. The new ones are a little bit thinner and they're not so easy to shuffle, but maybe they'll get a bit more chatty when we've used them a bit more. So, I actually just want to draw one card from the other deck. the one we were using. No, we'll do two. We'll do King Charles. What does King Charles think of Harry's ongoing battle for security? Where will we put him? We'll put King Charles here on top of Harry. Storm Angel. It's causing him heartache. Collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, energy. Yep, this is really causing the king a lot of grief. The king knows that Harry knows that the king cannot interfere in the decision that RAVEC, the independent committee, makes about security. And it might be causing issues between them. That's not the reason necessarily for the king not answering Harry's calls. But it's kind of like when you've got a 2-year-old and you're out shopping and the 2-year-old goes, I want some sweets, I want some lollies, I want some lollies. And the parent says, no, 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 no. And, you just got to stick to your guns. And Harry is like the toddler throwing a fit, and he just wants his father to do something that he knows his father cannot do. So yes, the constant demands for security is affecting the relationship, but that's not the main reason for the king ghosting him. The king is not replying to his messages because Harry has demonstrated that he cannot keep anything to himself. Okay, there's another one for the king. Sweet memories. Oh, the king is remembering how Harry used to be before Meghan came on the scene. What a good relationship the king had with Harry, and now that's all relegated to memories. So that was all the general stuff. Now, what did I want to talk about? I've forgotten. Okay, is Harry's fight for security the reason that the king won't speak to his son at the moment? What does the public think? You are far, far away from home. I get this card so frequently for Harry. This reminds me of old London town. He does think that there's danger, wolves at the door. Here's Meghan. She's the one who's fueling his paranoia. Now, this is the energy of what the public thinks is going on and why Harry's continuously fighting for security. And this is the mask that Meghan wears, that Harry can't see through her. All right. Does Harry really believe that his fight for security is the reason the king won't speak to him? Draggling in the garden, a new world is born. Yeah, he's kind of reverted to childhood in a way. He's reverted to very simplistic thinking. So potentially, well, he kind of half believes it. He's not sure if it's a story or if it's the truth. Does Meghan think that the issue around security is, and Charles is the reason for Charles's refusal to speak to Harry? The fairy bee, my life is sweet. No, she doesn't think. She knows that the way that they've treated the royal family, the way that they've refused to let them see the children, all of that is the reason. The lies that they told on the Oprah Winfrey interview that are verified, the lies that were told in Harry's book, the way that they've tried to blemish the royal family. She knows that's the reason. She comes across as this sweet, sweet honey, but really she's got the sting in her tail of a bee. Okay, does King Charles, does he think the reason for the breakdown in communication is the issue of security? What does King Charles say? No, Beauty and the Beast. His son, his beautiful boy, has been influenced by, I'm just telling you what the cards say for King Charles's energy, the Beast being a person who's come into their lives, ruined their relationships, spoken poison in his beautiful boy's ear. And yes, I know this is a girl card. Tarot and oracle cards, it doesn't matter the gender or of the people depicted. And in a way, Meghan seems to wear the trousers in the family. Harry is the one who's been very influenced. So, King Charles doesn't blame Harry, and he knows it's not the issue around security that's caused the breakdown. He knows it's the negative energy that's been spoken into Harry's ear that's influenced him about this. Okay, now I've got the Divine Animal Oracles. I'm going to ask similar questions about where the future, what's going to be happening in the future. But first, in the underlying energy, this is a dolphin, sort of a childlike, very childish, maybe, energy that Harry is currently displaying. So what's the outcome for the public? What does the public think is going to happen or should happen in regards to the security? What is the outcome the public thinks should happen in regard to the security fight? Yep, so the public thinks that Harry and Meghan have created this bubble. They've isolated themselves from the royal family. They've blocked themselves. And danger, if there is danger, it might be that they're seeing it in a crystal ball, so it's not actually real danger. And you see this orange cloud approaching. This might be the danger that they've brought on themselves. The danger of bragging about how many Taliban you killed. The danger of isolating yourself, removing yourself from the royal family. So the public have no sympathy. Generally, most of the public. They, all other rich people who are independent pay for their own security, and the risks that there are, this is the public's perception, any security risks that might be heightened have been heightened because of their own behaviour. Even Meghan rolling down the window of the bulletproof car and the bulletproof window, it's just crazy. So what were we doing? This was Harry. Where does Harry think the security issue is going to end? Here he is. He's got a bow and arrow, so there's a very sort of Robin Hood kind of energy. He's in a bit of a fantasy world, the faithful dog. So he does think that he's going to get security, maybe. Maybe he thinks that his dad would intervene. Not 100% sure on that. Yeah, when you take it with the underlying energy, the childlike energy, I'm just getting, close your eyes and hope for the best. He's not sure, but yeah, he's living in a bit of a fantasy at the moment, I think. He's not facing the real consequences of what he's done and removing himself from the royal family. Now, Meghan, what does Meghan think? Where does Meghan think this is going to end up? the bid for security. There's the sea otter that circles around and causes the fish to jump out. And so with this, I get beating the bushes. Meghan is just trolling, trying to scare. This is Harry trying to scare Harry, jumping out, maybe trying to scare the royal family. There she is, standing firm, not at all afraid. Just trying to see what jumps out. Maybe if the king can't interfere with the committee, RAVEC, that decides the issue of security, maybe the king will actually foot the bill for security. And maybe that's her plan. Maybe she realizes that the king can't influence the security committee, and maybe she thinks that as part of the king trying to look like he hasn't abandoned his son, that he would then offer to pay for their security, which is ridiculous. I keep coming back to this. They chose to leave, and when they chose to leave, there's consequences to those choices. And how can they expect more security than any other person in the royal family gets, other than the king and William and his family, and Queen Camilla? Even Queen Camilla's other children don't get that round-the-clock security. Princess Anne doesn't get it. Yeah, so let's leave the final word to King Charles. Where does he think the issue regarding security is going in the future? Ooh, wise old owl, wisdom. Yep, he's just going to do what his mother did. Not make any comment. He knows that there's a process that needs to be worked through, and he's going to leave it in the hands of the judiciary. as it should be, and he's not really all that fussed about the issue of whether or not Harry gets paid police security. It's out of his hands. It's not his concern, and he knows enough just to stay out of it. What do you think, my lovely people? Should we pull one more for the final underlying energy? Let's get one from our new deck. How's that? Alright, so please like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't. It really makes a massive difference to this channel. We're a brand new channel, so every single subscriber is valuable and important. And so we're just going to get the underlying energy of the whole thing. Maybe why is this coming up again in the press right now, or anything else that the cards want to tell us. Underlying energy. Faceless ghosts and the haunted girl. Ghost people. Oh my word. This is a very creepy energy. The girl with the dark hair, that's Megan. Look how white she is. Ghosts might be Princess Diana, although she might be, because she keeps invoking Princess Diana's name, evil witch at the end of the world. An important end and a new beginning. Well, you can work out what that means. I'm not going to touch that with a barge pole. But here she's invoking the dead. She's invoking Princess Diana. I wonder if she was the one who told Prince Harry to talk about the Queen supported my fight against the tabloid media. Yeah. Anyway, ghost people, faceless ghosts, and the haunted girl. Yep, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. RAVEC's made up their mind. They didn't do it arbitrarily, and why should they get any more security than the senior working members of the royal family? What do you think, my people? Leave me a comment if you can, and I'm sending you love and blessings. Oh, and what did you think of the new deck? Let me know.